أهلا بكم في حلقة جديدة من برنامج لقاء عمل في إكسبو. بوتيرة انطلاقته المبهرة قبل أشهر يواصل إكسبو 2020 دبي تقديم أفضل وأمتع البرامج والفعاليات والأنشطة الاقتصادية والثقافية والترفيهية. بوتيرة الانطلاقة المبهرة يتواصل جني العالم هنا للمكاسب، مكاسب تقوية وتطوير العلاقات، مكاسب صناعة مستقبل مشترك. لقاء عملنا اليوم سيكون في جناح إيرلندا بمعرض إكسبو 2020 دبي. مثل غيره من الأجنحة يحرص هذا الجناح على إبراز أهم ملامح التميز بالدولة، تقديم إيرلندا لزوار المعرض العالمي بصفتها مكانا استثنائيا لاستقاء الإلهام بما لها من إرث ممتد وعميق من البراعة والخيال والابتكار. يدعو الجناح زواره لاكتشاف ثقافة إيرلندا، تاريخها، إبداعاتها، ابتكاراتها في مختلف أرجاء الجناح من خلال تجربة ممتعة في جزيرة الإلهام، المعرض الرقمي الذي يسرد قصة إيرلندا بنطاق 360 درجة. لن أحدثكم عنه أكثر، هيا بنا إلى الإلهام في حوارنا الأول مع هينيسي المفوض العام لجناح إيرلندا. Hi, little bird. I love this.
Hello. You are very welcome.
Thank
very
you
welcome.
so much for having me.
Not at all. As we say
Thank
in the
you.
Irish language, Céad Míle Fáilte, 100,000 welcomes.
Thank you so much.
Wonderful to have you here this morning.
Thank you for having me. How come you're not wearing green like me?
Because I knew that the most beautiful and the most outstanding green this morning would be with you.
Thank
so
you.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
We're delighted. You are a wonderful person to have here this morning.
Thank you so much. But I said it in the introduction, come to be inspired. What is the inspiration of Ireland that will be given to the visitor through this pavilion?
Well, as you say, our theme is Ireland, Island of Inspiration, and we're a celebration of Irish creativity. We show you in the design of our building, it draws inspiration from passage tombs in Ireland 5,000 years old when they tracked the light of the sun using our oculus. And our message is that right up to today, that gene of inspiration remains deep in our DNA, and Irish women and men, inventors, designers, artists are being wonderfully creative in every area you can think of. So we'll have the opportunity to see that later, and we're delighted to show it to you.
Why Ireland wanted to participate in Expo Dubai 2020? You have the tradition to be there in Expo and Universal exhibition. Why Dubai?
That is true, but we are here in a larger format on a bigger scale than we have ever been before at any previous Expo. And that's for a number of reasons. First, this is a wonderful opportunity coming after 2 difficult years to be on a world stage at a time when everybody wants to connect again. And we know, because we know Dubai and the UAE very well, we knew that they would put on a wonderful presentation, a wonderful expo. So this for us was a great opportunity, and an opportunity we were determined not to miss, to engage with the world. We have a very strong Irish tradition here. We have an Irish community of well over 11,000 people who are very well established here and very much contribute and have contributed to the development of Dubai, and really are very happy here, and really have forged really strong links between our 2 countries. So I think both in terms of the wonderful spectacle, the wonderful occasion that we knew that Dubai Expo 2020 would create, and the traditional links between Ireland and Dubai, all of those reasons led us to be here.
2 different countries from 2 different continents, Ireland and UAE, and somehow you are really connected to this country, to this place in the world. The theme of Expo is connecting mind, creating future. How it will be translated in this pavilion? How did you try to make it happen?
We've gone about this in a number of ways. You'll see in our Makers Gallery, for example, we have wonderful examples of Irish creativity, both in the arts and crafts, people who work in ceramics, in glass, in wood, but also we're showing examples of modern Irish technology, wonderful work by inventors, innovators, designers, who are addressing modern challenges, whether it's to do with endophytes to ensure that our wheat grows with less fertilizer and on a more sustainable basis. Our students who are developing medical equipment that can be used in disaster situations. All of that is, and much more is there. And of course, then we also have wonderful Expo players. These are musicians from Ireland. They're coming out here. They rotate through month by month, and they're on stage, as you'd see, in our performance area. And we look forward to sharing that with you. Our visitors love that.
Oh, thank you for that. It will be the exceptional gift from your pavilion for us is a band playing exceptionally for our episode. Thank you so much for doing this for us.
Our pleasure in doing that.
Thank you. Actually, music is a huge part of the culture of Ireland. Harp is a symbol, emblem of the country.
Right.
You are, I think, the only country that have this. Why is it important to have music?
I think in our culture and you know, deep into the past, hospitality has always been at the very heart of what the Irish are about. Very much in our DNA, and hospitality for us has always included a music element. Way back in prehistory, when our high kings were entertaining their guests, they always wanted to make sure that music was part of that offering, and of course the harp was a key part of that. So I suppose for us, coming to the Irish Pavilion is like coming to an Irish home. So we want to give you a really warm Irish welcome. So our guides, all from Ireland, will be engaging with you. They'll be chatting with you, talking with you, because for us, Expo is really about connecting minds. And part of that is a conversation. Part of that is interaction between us and our visitors. And the music, the conversation is really integral to all of that.
You know, after around 2 years on Zoom and not touching people, not being warm around people, I think this is what we need now.
That's very much our
feeling. Keeping the distance because of Corona, but to have this warm welcome, I think we need it.
The human factor is really at the heart of who we all are, wherever we're from as a people.
True.
And that's the common language that unites us.
How we can see the fusion of the Western and Eastern culture in the architecture of the pavilion?
Well, I'm happy to tell you that, because I suppose our pavilion is very much designed exactly as you say, as a melding, as a fusion of the Celtic and the Arab tradition. So I suppose here at the front, we have put our focus on the Celtic tradition. These panels, which go all the way around, the 72 of them, all the way around our pavilion, they are based on rock art 5,000 years old from County Meath in Ireland, a UNESCO heritage site. They're very beautiful, but they are that link with the past. And you'll see when we go into our movie, this again brings out that sort of that strong tradition, that strong history. When we go to our courtyard, again we were setting out to evoke a strong Arab tradition, and our courtyard is a very welcoming place, a place of hospitality and a place of music.
Yes.
So I think for us, this was a very appropriate architectural reflection of the link between the Celt and the Arab, and bringing our two worlds very much together in harmony.
And we can see you had the cone as well on the
absolutely.
top.
That's right. Again, that's going back to the passage graves in Ireland, the 5,000 years old, when they tracked the light of the sun. You know, showing again that creativity we spoke about earlier, and which has been an inspiration for everything else we're doing today.
You chose your axis here in the pavilion: music, culture, history, and of course innovation as well. Right. Well, you covered it all. Well, for the visitor.
We certainly try, and I suppose it's a reflection of the complex reality of the Irish, and indeed I think of all of us. We all are a mixture of all of those things, and probably more. And I suppose we've sought for ways to reflect that, to to give our visitors a taste of Ireland in all those different fields.
You are participating, like you said, in a unique pavilion, maybe one of the most impressive compared to the other participation in different edition of Expo. What is the legacy that you want to leave as Ireland to the world through this pavilion?
Well, we've always felt very much at home here in Dubai and in the UAE. But I suppose we see our pavilion as very much a reflection of that friendship, and we want to build, expand that so that the familiarity with Ireland only grows from here. And of course, I suppose we want our visitors to come away with the understanding that Ireland is a wonderful place to visit, to work, to study, and to do business. And all of those aspects are reflected in our work here in the pavilion. But we've also been very active outside of the pavilion.
Yes.
And we've worked with our friends in the Expo organisation to put on some really special treats, I think, for visitors to Expo as a whole. Everybody, I think, remembers Riverdance. We're beside Jubilee Park here. Riverdance, we're here for a whole month of November. That was a wonderful, a wonderful celebration, a blast. And that, I think, that made such an impact and had such reach. And then, of course, in December, we had the Expo World Choir, where we brought the nations of the world, all the pavilions here at Expo together in a great feast of song, again out there on Jubilee Park. It was a wonderful occasion. We had over 140 countries sign up, a world record, sign up to take part in the event. And I think, again, it was very much in that spirit of Expo as a community event, bringing the nations of the world together. And in that same spirit, here in the pavilion, we are presenting what we call the Irish Songbook. This is a catalogue of about 50 Irish songs by Irish composers associated with Ireland. And our Expo players are working on those, presenting them over the 6 months. And our plan and intention is that come St. Patrick's Day, which will be another big event here in the middle of March.
With the green?
Exactly. We will be releasing the Irish Songbook reimagined at Expo. So this will be very much part of our legacy and our contribution to the world after Expo.
What a beautiful dedication and a present that you are giving to Expo from Ireland, from this pavilion. That is amazing.
Well, as I said to you, song and music is such a part of who we are.
Of course.
But we also know it's very much part of the Arab and the Emirati tradition. And we've had some wonderful fusion, with our Emirati friends. So we thought when you're finding a gift, you want to give something special. Yeah. And this for us is a very special
that I would
gift.
love to attend. And of course, I am sure everybody will enjoy this entertainment, this music, and it's very touching that you are giving it especially for Expo Dubai 2020.
Well, that was our feeling, and we tried to create a very relaxing space because we want our visitors to Expo to come in, and as we said earlier, you're in an Irish home, so you're not going to be sort of shown the door. You're going to be asked to come in, sit down, relax,
and
take your time.
Stay. And I am ready to go. I'm ready to be inspired.
Well, we look forward to sharing that with you. So will we head in?
Yes.
Okay. Welcome to the Irish Pavilion.
Thank you.
And welcome to the Oculus. This is where our visitors begin their journey to Ireland and begin to hear about Ireland. And our program guide, Niamh, will tell you about the movie that we have here.
Hi, Niamh. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
How long you've been here?
I've been here since Expo began in October.
Okay.
Yes.
Did you like it? The whole journey until now?
Absolutely. It's wonderful to be able to showcase Ireland on this massive global platform.
It's a great experience to have it a lifetime career on the resume, right?
Absolutely. It absolutely is. My background is travel and events, so be able to have this on my resume is invaluable. Absolutely wonderful.
Excellent. Tell me, when the visitor starts here, what do they see first?
So they will come into our Oculus space, which
Yes.
you have just come into.
Yeah.
We give them an introduction into Ireland, our island of inspiration, and we tell them about creativity being the theme of our pavilion this year. And we give them a little introduction and let them know that this is the beginning of their experience. And we're going to bring them right back to 5,000 years
Wow.
ago. Yes,
I'm
exactly.
looking forward to this.
Fantastic.
Niamh, should we sit?
Yes,
should we take a
let's
seat?
sit.
Yeah, let's go. And I love the echo in here. I'll sit in the middle.
Fantastic. Over here.
Okay, this is... I'm ready. Pat, are you ready?
Yes.
Yes, great. Let's see our show.
Yes.
Please enjoy.
Thank you. I like the subtitle.
Yes.
Thank you for the subtitle in Arabic.
Well, we want it to be as accessible, obviously.
Exactly. And you are in an Arabic country. Very good Dutch.
So obviously what we're showing here is a wonderful Irish landscape, but also
Yeah.
taking you back to some very ancient monuments in Ireland.
Ireland is very green.
It is very green. That's one of the advantages, that we have a little more rain than you have here.
Yeah. A little bit.
But you know, there's a wonderful, with the UAE, you have the link that UAE is celebrating 50 years as an
Yes.
independent country this year. We're celebrating 100 years. So we're ancient nations, but
Yes.
young countries.
Exactly.
And I think
Very well said.
That's another link between us, definitely.
River dance.
Music, song, and dance. Yeah, that's. That's been one of our themes, very much the idea that creativity is something not just nice to have, but actually in a world of all about machines,
Yeah.
if the human is to have a future, it's about developing that unique human potential for creativity. So it's sort of expos generally like to have a big message, a big theme, a thought leadership kind of role, and that's why for us creativity is not just about badging ourselves or patting ourselves on the back, but it's actually a debate that I think societies everywhere are having about how to ensure that our people have that training, have that development. Something we're working on.
Wonderful.
We don't want to be. It's great to have machines, but we want to make sure that the human is still in charge.
Of course.
Yeah.
The machine are here to serve us, not control us.
Exactly. These are some of the makers that you see featured in the gallery when we go out.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's a chance to hear about their work. So it's an uplifting message to end on. That's what we're trying to do.
Yes, you've now seen the first part of our experience. I hope you enjoyed it.
I did. It's, you know, it summarized Ireland in one video in so many.
Absolutely.
I saw the faces as well. It is very immersive. It's like I was there, actually, with the dancer, with the, you know, the meadows. It's very nice.
It gives you a feel for the Irish as a people, and Ireland as a place.
Exactly. I really loved it.
Now, I leave you in the very capable hands of Niamh, who will take you on the rest of our visitor journey.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Pat. You know, join us later with the band. Would you? Thank you so much. Thank you. We'll see you later then. Let me finish the tour. Let's go, Niamh.
Absolutely. Let's go. So our visitors have just received a wonderful introduction.
I did.
Yes, fantastic. That's exactly what we're aiming for. Received a wonderful introduction into Ireland, into our wonderful island. Yeah. Got a sense of our creativity, and they then come into our Thon area where we have these wonderful paintings.
I see paintings. Let's start there. I don't know what is this. What is who painted this?
So Louis de Brockie, one of the most famous artists of the 20th century, and we are extremely fortunate to have these paintings here. They are on loan to us from the Arts Council of Ireland, and they are 3 sets of 12 paintings depicting one of the greatest mythological epic stories of the 20th century, of one of our mythological stories. So it's depicting Queen Niamh and the cattle battle of Cooley, the Thon.
Through those paintings?
Through these paintings, yes.
It's a reading of a history.
Absolutely, and one of our greatest heroes, Cuchulainn.
Love this. I'm looking forward to see the other side as well. There are more. Oh, again, 3 here.
Absolutely, one of our greatest mythological stories of Queen Niamh of Connacht and the Battle of Ulster. So we're very fortunate to have these on loan here.
Loan from the
Arts Council of Ireland.
I think we are all fortunate to have it here.
Yes,
it's very nice. I'm discovering something new that I never heard about it, and this is my mistake. And I'm leaving today less ignorant about the island. So what do we have next?
Next we go through to our garden area.
Oh, you know the garden, it's like, this one is like in somebody's home.
Yes,
like Pat told me earlier, he told me it's warm, it's like you are going into Irish home.
Exactly.
I can feel it.
Yes, and that's what we wanted. So when our visitors have been walking around Expo all day, they come into this beautiful, tranquil space. They have the opportunity to sit down, to relax.
And more views,
absolutely,
from breathtaking Ireland.
Yes.
This is amazing.
More views of our stunning landscape. This is the wild Atlantic Way. I mean, we're such a stunning island on the west coast of Ireland, and we have stunning scenery, and we're very fortunate. So anybody who perhaps may not be familiar with Ireland, this is a wonderful introduction when they come into our garden space.
And looking forward to take a ticket and go and visit.
Yes, please do, please do. Yes, we are so fortunate. We've 40 shades of green in Ireland. We have the Atlantic coast. We all started sea swimming this year. It's very cold, but
different.
And and it's really tourist. It's a little gem within Europe. It really is.
It is.
Yes. And then
look at this.
It's really beautiful.
Those waves, those colors. Yeah, I can see. How many shades? You said 40, 50?
40 shades
of green.
It's all the rain.
I have one of the shades.
You do
I'm
indeed. Yes.
Of the green. Very nice. So mesmerized. I cannot take my eyes from those images. Beautiful landscaping. But we have to finish our tour. Continue. Yes. So should we go right or left?
So we're going to go left into our Makers Gallery, where we're going to continue on the journey of creativity, and I'm going to bring you into the 21st century.
Aha. Okay, so it's like a gallery.
Yes, so at the beginning of our experience, you saw our 4-minute video. It brought you back and showed you our ancient monuments, Newgrange, older than the pyramids at Giza. And now we're bringing our creativity, our makers, and we're bringing it into our Makers Gallery.
Oh, okay. This is like pottery,
Yes,
clay.
we are showcasing some items here from the Design Craft Council of Ireland. All of these designers award-winning within their own entity, absolutely.
Beautiful.
We're very fortunate to have these here. So it really gives visitors the opportunity to get a glimpse into Ireland's making and our creativity and our innovation
that
also.
Is true. This is very colorful, very nice, very diverse. I mean, nothing is similar to the other thing.
No, absolutely, extremely diverse, and we have some very interesting pieces in here.
This is 3D printing.
Yes, this is 3D printing by a group of students in Trinity College in Dublin, bioengineering students. So again, wonderfully innovative, 3D printing.
What is this?
So this is actually a really eye-catching piece. A lot of our visitors ask about it. Really stunning, by Sasha Sykes.
How did you make this? This reminds me of my childhood.
Yes.
I was running after those guys.
That's exactly...
What's their names?
So the dandelions, the dandelion flowers. So she got her inspiration from her child during lockdown, believe it or not.
Yeah.
And when they were blowing the dandelions, she decided this would be the inspiration for her piece. So if you bend down slightly, you can see that the dandelions, that they're all still very much intact.
They are the same.
Yes, they are indeed. So it just shows
a lot of memories.
Absolutely.
You wrote them with those.
And she created it as a birthday gift for her daughter. So yeah, it's really
so thoughtful.
So thoughtful. I mean, such a beautiful gift to receive for your birthday. And the material, it's acrylic on the bottom, and then it's resin on the top. So it just shows, you know, it just shows the skill that's involved. The resin is such a hard material, difficult material to work with. And for this to be the end product is really genius. It really is.
It's like putting the memory of a childhood in one piece.
Yes.
It's really nice. I see something that is related to sport. I have no idea what is it. Should we go there?
Yes, absolutely.
But bamboo hurl. I'm so sorry about this. I told you I'm going less ignorant today about Ireland. What is this
I'm so
sport?
glad that you pointed this out. I feel a great sense of pride when I talk about hurling. So hurling is one of our national sports.
Okay.
So it's H-U-R-L-I-N-G.
Yeah.
And it's over 3,000 years old. Wow. Yes,
and still played until today.
Still played. It's an ancient sport, and we play. These are the sticks which we play with. Yes. Yeah. So they are called hurls. So when children are this high,
they start playing that.
Exactly. They learn how to walk, and then they get their first hurl. So the sport, it's wonderful because whenever we emigrate, so when we emigrate to another country, so the example here being the UAE, we would set up a hurling team, and it gives us a great sense. Yes.
Then the community will be meeting together to play, and of course to gather together through the sport that is hurling. So crash course, give me crash course about this. 2 teams.
Okay, so there's 2 teams, and here we're showcasing the Torpy hurleys. So historically, the hurls would have been made from ash, but they're now being made from bamboo, far more durable. So crash course, there's 2 teams.
2 teams.
We have 15 people on each team.
Wow.
Yes. And it's the fastest, most skillful sport in the world. And we have the net. So if you get the ball in the net, it is 3 points, and if you get the ball over the bar, it is 1 point.
Okay. So how long it takes the game?
So the game, we have 2 halves, and it typically is about 35 minutes or so each half, with a break, an interval then in the middle.
Looks very funny and entertaining as well.
It is. It's really. It's fantastic and so skillful because you don't lift the ball, as you can see here on our visual representation. You don't lift the ball off the ground with the hurl. You have to use skill, and the ball is quite hard. and
yeah,
you use
it's not easy.
Yeah,
oh,
exactly.
No.
You use your skill to pick it off the ground.
You think this is a bit heavy?
It's not too bad, not too heavy.
I have to gather one day with Irish community and try to play it.
If you ever have the opportunity to see it, you definitely must. At the end in September every year, we have our final, which is in Croke Park, our national stadium, and it houses 80,000 people.
Wow.
And getting a ticket is very, very difficult.
Very difficult.
Yes. So if you get a ticket to
I know something that if I will touch this and start playing, I will laugh a lot because it will be very hard to hit the ball anyway.
Absolutely,
but
you'll
I
be
will
honorary
laugh.
Irish.
This is good. I love this. We are the makers. It goes for everybody.
Yes, and without our creativity, we would have no makers. So we really owe a lot to our makers. It's really given us the identity of who we are today in Ireland, very much so.
Amazing. What is next for us?
So after our visitors, after they have an overall picture of Ireland now, they've seen, where we've come from, we've brought them into the 21st century, and now we want them to really feel like they've stepped into Ireland. So we bring them to our garden area, and you get to see some traditional live music. We have fantastic musicians playing live instruments.
I'm ready to do this.
Yes.
Start our music segment that is unique for this episode, actually, compared to the others.
Our visitors, they could stay for an hour, they could stay for 2 hours. Yes, after walking around Expo all day, they come into this beautiful, tranquil space.
It is really like somebody's home.
It is.
So I like it, and we will start our music segment after the break.
Yes,
Take a
lovely,
seat.
thank you.
Take a seat. to come and see you. I have to talk to you all. There's a lot to learn. Thank you about this. Well, I asked about your names. So, Alan, Caroline, Tom, and Alison. Hi. Thank you for coming. Thank you for the show. It was really amazing. Oh my God, it's so refreshing. It's good energy and vibes. So, since I don't know a lot about this music, I'm so sorry. Caroline, I will start with you. What is it?
It's traditional Irish music.
Yeah.
It's folk music. It's music of the people, so it's constantly changing. So some of the music we play is hundreds of years old, and some of it is quite new. Could be composed yesterday or the day before. But it's really the music of the people, and it's dance music. It's pastime. It's party music. It's what we do as a social thing in Ireland.
Thomas, music is in the heart and the core of Ireland. This is what I learned this morning. Is this the music that everybody can learn and can play, or it is really you have to be a real musician to play it?
No, I think it's a type of music that's really accessible to people, because, as Caroline was saying, it's the music of the people, so it's popular music, and a lot of kids would learn it at school. You know, you learn on the tin whistle, the little penny whistle. You start with that.
Can you try something?
Yeah, sure, of course.
Yeah, so this is what kids start learning in the schools.
In the school,
of course,
exactly.
they will be inspired and they want to learn more. Excellent.
That's it.
Do we have lyrics on those, or it's only music?
So for the instrumental stuff, the stuff that we just played there,
Yeah.
that's music, that's just notes. And the main reason that we played music originally was for dancing, for people to dance together in their homes. But there are part of our music in Ireland, a lot of it is songs as well. And a lot of the songs tell a story. So you'd have ballads where you start and you tell a whole story, and then you'd have a different song and it tells a different story. And they're usually stories about the people. And their daily lives in our tradition. And we have, as part of the Irish Expo, there's a special songbook. There's an awful lot of songs composed in Ireland, old songs and new songs. And the theme of the music in the Irish Pavilion is the songbook and the wonderful compositions that come out.
So you had something special for Expo. I love this. Mixing both of them, doing this fusion between your music and doing something special for Expo is amazing. I know some of the instrument. I don't know most of them, but that I feel it's unique, isn't it? Thomas,
is.
What is it?
So these are called the uilleann pipes,
Yeah.
and they are the Irish bagpipes. So a lot of countries would have bagpipes, like the Scots are probably the big exponents, but in Ireland we have our own version, and these are they're an indoor version of the bagpipes. And the way they work is basically, they're called uilleann pipes. Uilleann is the Irish word for your elbow.
Elbow, yeah.
So you use your elbow to pump the air with a bellows there on this side, and then the bag is on the other side.
Okay.
So you have to pump here, and then you press the bag on the other side.
To coordinate the whole thing is very tough. Or it looks only, but it is not easy, correct?
It's not easy. There's a lot of things going on.
And practice.
Yes.
Yeah. So when you try, can you try a little bit the notes?
I'll show you how it works. So basically, you press the bag.
Yes.
You play the melody on here. Then you have what we call the drones.
Yeah.
And then you have what we call the regulators, and it's still those keys.
Wow. Okay.
So there's 7 reeds at the same time.
Thomas, I think you need 7 hands to do all this. I don't know how you do it with 2, honestly. Amazing, multitasking. And what is this one, Caroline?
This is called a concertina. So it's a version of an accordion.
Exactly, it's
Very
similar to the French accordion.
Yeah, very similar, and there are accordions all over the world. An accordion is generally a little bit bigger, and the main difference between this and an accordion is on an accordion you have your melody on one hand, on this hand, and you have bass notes on the other hand, so melody and accompaniment. But this is all melody, where Tom has the melody just on the chanter and the bass on his wrist. This is all just melody.
I see this for Alan, it's like a sitar.
Very, very close. This is called a bouzouki.
Yeah.
And is originally a Greek instrument.
Yeah.
The Greek ones have a big round back on
True.
them. And in the 1970s, the Irish took the Greek bouzouki and started playing it in Irish music.
Yeah, let's do it. Why not? Of course. Adopt it.
Yes.
Let's change. Let's do whatever we want.
Yes.
Of course. Why not? And it's different.
Yeah. So similar to
Similar.
a guitar or whatever, but
Yeah.
its closest relative would be a mandolin. So it has little pairs of strings, and you play each pair together. So it has four pairs of 2.
Got it.
That kind of thing.
Excellent. It's working with a lot of harmonies. So Alison, that one is similar to something from my country. I'm Tunisian, and Arab word as well. They have something for me, they call it bandir. So it's from the skin of a goat or a sheep or something, correct?
Originally, yeah.
Yeah. So what is called?
This is called a boron.
A boron.
Which is actually the Irish word for deafener.
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 Deaf. Okay.
Yeah. So there's a lot of myths and legends why it was ever called that.
For a deafener, it makes a very loud and good sound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And originally it was made with goat skin.
Goat skin.
In modern times now, and they originally would have been actually nearly 18 inches.
Yeah.
And a lot thinner as well. So over modern times, they've got a lot smaller and a wee bit thicker. And they're using deer skin and...
Some note with it, Alison?
Yeah.
Bravo! I love
It's
it.
actually also one of very rare drums that you only play with one hand.
One hand?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you have the stick as well.
Yeah.
It's part of it as well. Tell me, Caroline, what does it mean to be present in Expo Dubai 2020 and to represent your country to the whole world?
It's fantastic. It's such a great opportunity. It's a gorgeous chance to play for people all over the world and to say this is what we do, this is what we value, this is our culture. Yeah, we're just so proud to play with some of my best friends, to experience all the exhibitions. Like I was saying to the lads the other day, there are some countries here I will probably never get to visit, but I'll get to visit a little bit of them and yeah, build
you
relationships.
have the whole world in one, you know, space, which is Expo. Tell me, Thomas, you are a band.
Yes.
Because she said friend, I love this. She didn't say with the member of my band, or you are a member of the bands, but she said friends. I love this harmony between all of you. We can feel it when you are playing. What message do you want? What the visitors who are coming here to Expo, when they listen to this music, what do you want to tell them about Ireland?
I think we're trying to convey the message that we're a very, welcoming country and with a very rich heritage, and really just really open to meeting and communicating and exchanging. And I think it's very important for people to feel that when they come into the Irish Pavilion and they listen to our music and they meet Irish people. It's usually the thing that stands out, and I think we really want to make sure that message comes across,
I want to listen to more of your music. Is it possible?
Of course.
Let's go. I will go there, back there, and we'll be sitting and listening to you. Please, go ahead. Play whatever you have in mind, because it is really joyful. Thank you for those moments.
Thank you.
I will go there. Go ahead.